How's it going, everyone? I am Splat3431, here with some more Pokemon news, and well, this time it's gonna be about one specific thing, and therefore it's gonna be more of a rant video. So let's get into it. So as you can see here, about a week ago now, Nintendo had E3, right? They did their E3 Direct, and they did the Nintendo Treehouse live streams like they do. After the E3 Direct, they immediately did the Pokemon Treehouse live stream. As you can see, it has about 1 million views. The thing is that there is one thing said near the end of that video. One thing said near the end of that video, right after all the gameplay and stuff, they said this: players will be able to transfer their Pokemon from Pokemon Home only if they appear in the Galar Reacher Pokédex. Oh, it's just so stupid. For several reasons. This is just so stupid, and of course this didn't go over well. I mean, as you can see from the screenshot, by the time the screenshot's taken, we have like only 19,000 likes compared to 68,000 dislikes. Like, there's only like 20% likes or something. It's amazing, and it's all deserved. And they deserve that, cause this is stupid. This is so dumb. They can't have the Pokemon. They can't have all the Pokemon. It's literally the name of the series. Pokemon can't have all the Pokemon. And look, and also during this video, earlier in the video, during the gameplay, they also deconfirmed Mega Evolutions and Z-moves. They just said, no, Dynamax replaces those in this game. Mega Evolution, Z-moves, they're just not gonna be in the game. They're just not. So what does the title of this video mean? What is the biggest problem with the Pokemon series, huh? Well, in my opinion, like, the biggest problem with the series, the Pokemon series, it's not stuff like HMs. I mean, they don't have those in Gen 7 and all, but it's not stuff like IVs, no. In my opinion, the biggest problem with the Pokemon series isn't what they do wrong, it's what they do right, but then don't keep. There has been so many cool features, cool, amazing, really great features that have been added throughout the series, only to be removed in either the next game or the next generation of Pokemon. So many features are exclusive to either only one region, one generation, or even one entire game. I mean, that's the problem. That's the biggest thing wrong with the series. I mean, just and look, they're all these features, right? They've been removed, but at the same time, I and I'm sure lots of other people thought, you could tell what features were gonna be removed and not removed. But now you don't even know that anymore, because I mean, I'm pretty sure they got rid of held items in Pokemon Let's Go, right? I think so. And now they got rid of Mega Evolutions and Z-moves in Gen 8. I mean, what's next? Are they gonna start removing entire Pokemon species from the game? Oh wait, they did. this... It's gotten to the point... It's gotten to the point where now we're having entire Pokemon themselves be removed from the game. And now it has gone too far. This whole removing, adding stuff, but not adding it on top of the previous stuff. Constantly removing things from the series, constantly removing what the previous games do right, not keeping that stuff. Now we're not even keeping all the Pokemon in the game, because for all the stuff that goes wrong with the series, at least you have all the Pokemon, right? Now you don't even have that. I mean, let's just go over a few examples of the kind of features they removed. I mean, first one, Battle Frontier. Oh gosh. In Pokemon Emerald, at the end, you had this place, the Battle Frontier. Oh, there's so much you can do here. You have the Battle Pyramid, the Battle Factory, and of course the Battle Tower, which in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you only have the Battle Tower, but you know, in Pokemon Emerald they expanded it. They made it a whole giant place where you could have all these different ways of doing battles, right? And in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they didn't bring back the Battle Frontier, even though it's a remake. And not only did they not bring back the Battle Frontier, but in the Battle Resort, there's this tiny little model of the Battle Tower, and there's a sign next to it saying, "The Battle Frontier project has started." Oh, come on. Like it's just taunting at that point. Yeah, the Battle Frontier is not in. Oh, let us remind you that it's not in as well. So dumb. And then next we have O-Powers. Oh, these were really good. I remember using these all the time in Pokemon X and Y. Not so much in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but in X and Y I like to use these a lot, because it was nice giving yourself a boost, you know, just if you have the meter charged up, you can give yourself a boost, like boosted catch power, boosted experience points. You know, maybe you want Pokemon to appear more in the grass or something, or maybe more prize money from trainer battles. And of course, there's also the give button. You can give these boosts to other players, right? You can give the boost to other players, and some people would, and sometimes you'd be playing and you'd get a boost from someone, get a no power from someone. That's really fun. The player search system. Oh, this was so good. This was so good in Pokemon X and Y. This was on the bottom. This is what they used the bottom screen for when you're not in a battle. Look, you have all these player icons, and people can just ask you to battle or trade anytime. You can ask people to battle or trade anytime, and you press that little menu button on the top middle you see there, and you can access a whole bunch of options like battle spot, or the GTS, or Wonder Trade. It's all right there. It's all simple, and then they replaced it with the Festival Plaza. I mean, at least we got the Vicom in Pokemon Sword and Shield. That looks kind of promising, I will say. The Pokemon World Tournament, PWT, in Pokemon Black and White too. This was fun. So many battles, so many returning characters, all with updated teams. They have and there's so much to do there. So much to do in the PWT. There's so many battles to fight, and it's all like in a tournament style. Oh, it was so good. I remember playing this mode a lot. Speaking of modes, how about a difficulty option? Oh, would you look at that? We used to have a difficulty option. I mean, granted, it was kind of dumb that you had to beat the game to be able to access these difficulty options, you know, because it's part of the key system, but But at least it was there. They could have included difficulty options. And what you had easy mode, normal mode, and challenge mode. You can increase the difficulty if you want, or even lower it if you want. You know, some trainers would have different Pokemon, but most of the time it'll change levels, but sometimes it'll give them extra Pokemon. It was great. It's great. Oh, and then you have the Pokeathlon. This was fun. This was fun too. So many different mini games. You know, the walking sprites for the walking Pokemon. Speaking of which, the walking Pokemon, I don't know why they can't just make that return, all the unused walking and running animations in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I mean, the Pokeathlon with all the mini games and stuff. Man. And another thing from Gen 4 was ball capsules and ball seeds. These were kind of cool. Because you could, you know, put these stickers on your Pokeballs, and then you can change the entrance animations of your Pokemon. You can do so much cool stuff with this. This was removed. And secret bases. Oh, these were so fun. You can make like a secret base and fit it with all these decorations. You can have battles there. Oh man, these returned in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they improved them a lot. And finally, let's talk about Pokemon contests. My personal most favorite feature, removed or exclusive feature, whatever you want to call it, right? This is my most favorite feature, and I wish that they would have it in all the games, and would keep it in all the games. I mean, they brought it back in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. They brought it back in Gen 4, but you know, it was kind of different. In Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they brought back the Gen 3 version of it, which was really good. But unfortunately they didn't make it online, which I knew that wasn't gonna happen, but that tiny chance that they could have done that. One of the major reasons I wanted a Hoenn remake was just for secret bases, and especially Pokemon contests, just to be able to do those again. And all of these features have been removed throughout the games. So many of them have been exclusive to one game, or one generation, or one region. Why? And you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of features to bring back. I know, it is a lot of features, because they constantly keep adding new ones and not keeping the old ones. Rather than building upon what they already have, they just throw out the previous stuff and then add new stuff. And they should add new stuff to build upon the old stuff. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the lack of Pokemon. Why can't they have all the Pokemon? Why? First of all, they don't have to do any of the modeling work, okay? Right? Because these models are the exact same models that have been being used since Pokemon X and Y. These 3D models for the Pokemon have been the exact same models used for Pokemon X and Y. And if you know, in Gen 6 and even Gen 7, the battles really lagged a lot. And you know the reason, and one of the main reasons why, is because they purposefully made the Pokemon models too HD. They made them too HD, so, you know, they would be future-proof. So they could continuously keep using them. And yet they're not gonna have all the Pokemon in there. Even though it's as simple as copy and I know it's not just models, right? all the data and stuff. Look, they can copy and paste that too. They can copy and paste all of the data from the previous games like they've already been doing. I mean, they can just copy and paste all the data. The animations, the models, the textures. The textures, okay. The textures of the models, okay, maybe they can change that. The textures aren't that good, but honestly, if it means having all the Pokemon, honestly fine. And are you really telling me that, you know, Game Freak can't change a bunch of textures, that they can't copy and paste a bunch of models, or even that they can't make new models? This is so dumb. And because of the lack of Pokemon, people are being very, very critical of these games now. Because, you know, for most people, you know, if you just have it's Pokemon, right? If you have all the Pokemon, yeah, that's good for most people. Most people are fine with just having the Pokemon. They'll excuse the other parts of the game. But now you don't even have that. So one of the reasons given was like, oh, the battle balance. Okay, now there's two ways the idea of battle balance can be interpreted. One is in-game battle balance, in which case there isn't anything that requires the Pokemon to be removed, because that's pretty much what a regional dex does anyway. I mean, you can't see, this doesn't require that the Pokemon not be programmed in. That doesn't change the battle balance. If all the Pokemon were in the game, that doesn't change the fact that you wouldn't be able to catch all. See, that's not what people want. They're not saying to have all of them be catchable in the game. No, they just want them to exist. That's all. So they can be transferred. That's it. Like we've always done. You've never been able to catch all the Pokemon in one game. That's not been a thing. You've always had to do some trading and transferring to really catch them all. And of course, catching them all has been getting harder and harder. But yeah, you know, it's just how it is. So, they should be able to have all the Pokemon in the game. And what in battle balance in regards to the in-game, you can't. There's always been. You've never been able to have all the Pokemon in one game. There's trading limitations with the trading. There's the whole you can't just trade in level 100 Pokemon and just breeze through the game. You know, the they have that thing where it's like you need to have a certain amount of badges or this Pokemon won't listen to you. You know, it won't do what you tell it. The Pokemon won't do. If you trade in the Pokemon, it's too high of a level. It won't do what you tell it to do most of the time unless you get a certain amount of badges. So they do that to, you know, prevent you from just breezing through with a bunch of transferred or traded Pokemon. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure they let you only transfer until after you beat the game. The regional dex is for the main adventure, and then afterwards you always get the national dex. Then you can access the rest of the Pokemon. And in regards to the online competitive balance, ban lists. It's as simple as that. Ban list. Just ban the Pokemon that you don't want. I'm pretty, like in previous games, they just said, oh, the Pokemon are, the only Pokemon are allowed that you caught in this game, or the only Pokemon are allowed are the Pokemon from this gen, or legendaries aren't allowed. See, it's that simple. Like they've always done. It's simple. And also, they saying stuff like, how they need to improve the animations and stuff. The animations have been the same. Okay, now, there is some animations that have been changed, like, for example, from Gen 6 to Gen 7, the animation of the move Baby Doll Eyes has changed, but most of the animations and most of the textures and models and stuff, it's pretty much all the same, really. I mean, look, people have now been, because the animations have been used as an excuse, people are now more critical of the animation in the game. I mean, look, here's the double kick animation. Here's Scorbunny using double kick, and it's just like, he does a tiny little jump and then a picture of a foot appears on Bunnelby. Yeah, that's the animation for double kick. If we're really getting all the Pokemon cut, which by the way is unreasonable, because it's easy to add them all in, and they're saying they want to improve the animations. Is that improving the animations? Having Scorbunny jump and have a picture of a foot appear with a few shocky lines, and then there's this. Then there's this. So these two screenshots, right, I took from the treehouse footage. Sure. So they're doing a Max Ray battle against a Dynamax Steelix, and after one of the players Dynamaxes their Arcanine, you see the camera rotate to show both Dynamax Steelix and Dynamax Arcanine at the same time. It takes like a second or two for Dynamax Steelix to load in, but the thing to note is that you see the black hole looking thing and the three clouds, the three storm clouds, red storm clouds above it. Both of those load in at the exact same time as Steelix does, which some people have taken that to mean that they have made separate models for Dynamax Pokemon. So each Pokemon has a separate model for Dynamax, just so they can have the clouds and the black hole thing part of the model. Because if you see the Pokemon in the that are Dynamax doing their animations, you see the clouds move along with their heads. So I'm not honestly I can't tell whether the Dynamax Pokemon are separate models or not. But if they are, that is really stupid. Because, you know, you can scale models. I mean, that's just like you scale an image, you can scale models. And yes, you can also scale the animations of said models. They already... I don't think they made separate animations as well. Oh goodness. Because if they did make separate models, then they just wasted a bunch of time doing a bunch of unnecessary work that didn't need to be done because they could just scale the models. I mean, like, because Pokemon is just such a big... I mean, look. Here you can see media franchises that have grossed at least $4 billion US. Pokemon is like one of the biggest, if not probably the biggest franchises. Estimated $90 billion. And if you want to look at the video games, 17 billion. 90 billion total and 17 billion. And as a video game as a video game franchise specifically, we have 340 million, and that's in second place. The only thing above Pokemon is Mario, and of course Mario's above Pokemon, but still second place, 340 million, and the best franchise overall with 90 billion with 17. You see what I mean? Like, all of this, and it's too much work to add in all the Pokemon. All of the stuff I've said, it's too much for them. is this. It shouldn't be. This is what these people, Game Freak, are in charge of making the games for one of the biggest franchises, and they're not doing well. They can't even have all the Pokemon in. It's literally the name of the series. The Pokemon are the main thing, and we've always had all the Pokemon. We should be able to have all the Pokemon. It's pretty much the way I see it. It doesn't make any sense. They should be able to easily have all of the Pokemon in, and I don't even think they ever need to make any new models again. You know, except for the new Pokemon that they add with each game. They can just keep using these models, you know, continuously. You know, I don't think, like, I'm not sure, but I think the Switch runs at 1080p. Maybe it does higher, I don't know. Maybe, I don't think 4K is the standard yet. But okay, if 4K becomes standard, I really don't think consoles are ever gonna go higher than 4K. Okay, let's say they do. Or even go to 4K at all. The graphics in gaming have improved to such a point that it's like the actual resolution is starting to make less and less of a difference. At least to me, okay? The actual resolution is starting to make less and less of a difference. Because, I mean, the resolution of the 3DS compared to the Switch, it is a massive difference. But like 720p compared to 1080p, it's not that big of a difference for me, right? So I really do think that they can just, these models design look fine to me on a 1080p display, and I think we're gonna be using 1080p in gaming for a long while now. Maybe we'll go to 4K, but even then I don't think he'll ever go higher than that, because I just don't see the point. So therefore, these models, they can, all they have to do, copy and paste the models, the textures from the previous games, and then just and then make the new Pokemon Sun. And it's not a matter of storage either, okay? The Switch cartridges can hold up to 32 gigabytes, I'm sure. So it's not a matter of storage, it's a matter of time. And I think a big company like Game Freak, the Pokemon company, Nintendo, they should be able to do this. Like, it's just it should be easy for them, cause most of the work's been done. So they should be able to do this. But anyway, I think I'm starting to repeat myself a bit too much. So I guess it's time to end the video. So anyway, yeah, that was my opinion. That was my rant about this. I mean, people of Game Freak should have expected this. They should have expected this. That this would cause a huge problem, and it's not just going to be for Pokemon Sword and Shield. They said that this is, you know, a policy change, that from now on they're not going to have all of the Pokemon in future Pokemon games, which is really, really dumb, and they should have all the Pokemon. It's so ridiculous. And some people are like, maybe they should delay the game, or maybe they should patch the game. Game Freak never patches their games. Well, okay, they do patch their games, right? But only to do bug fixes. They never add any content through patches. So, for example, I mean, there was a glitch in Pokemon X and Y where if you saved if you save it in a certain spot in Lumia City, you just wouldn't be able to load your save file. I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. They fixed that with a patch, but when Pokemon Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, there were a bunch of new megas and moves and items and stuff. People thought, oh, they could just patch X and Y and then they'll be compatible. They didn't do that. So then it's like whenever you want to play with someone who has the other game, it's like there's a bunch of restrictions put on the person who's playing a Mega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. They have to play with the restrictions of X and Y, which is so stupid when they could just patch in all the new stuff into X and Y. It doesn't have to be available in X and Y, you just have to patch it in just for the sake of compatibility. And though obviously they patched Pokemon Bank to be compatible with all the new stuff. So why can't they just do it with the actual games? They should either delay the game or release patches, and it doesn't have to be one patch, okay? They can do multiple patches. If they do paid DLC, that will be stupid. That will be really, really stupid. No. They just need to patch in the rest of the Pokemon. If they really can't get in all the Pokemon by the time the game comes out, which they should be able to, 'cause like I said previously with all the stuff I've said, they should either delay the game or patch the game with multiple patches if necessary. And as for delaying, and I've already talked about patching the game and why they probably won't do that even though they should, and delaying the game, okay, look, we have the TCG, we have all toys and stuff, and of course the anime. All that stuff's gonna get delayed too if the games get delayed. But I just think that they shouldn't be doing yearly releases. They should not be doing yearly releases. They need to make it so that it's not a new, there's not like a new Pokemon game every single year. You know, they need more time to work on this, if that's the case. Like, I'm not saying that the developers be put under pressure, oh, we have to fix this so quickly and still get, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying either delay the game or patch it in. You don't have to do it now. Just do it eventually. Just do it eventually. They patch the game or delay the game, and they probably won't patch the game because they not done that before. Maybe they will now. So I'm thinking probably that they might patch the game. That is, if they're gonna do anything about this at all, which I think they should. I mean, after that got announced, when it got announced that all the Pokemon won't be in, there was a thing whole hashtag bring back national decks that started, and that's still going. The whole hashtag bring back national Pokédex thing, and it's still going. It's still going. People are still using that hashtag to say about all the stuff, and using that to complain. They need to fix this. They really need to fix this, and they should have expected this. Yeah, is that all? I think I've talked about everything. The patches, the features, the... yeah. Is there anything else I need to say? I wanna think. If... do I need... no, I think I've said everything now. So yeah, they should patch all the rest of the Pokemon in. So yeah, I guess that about wraps it for this video. So thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like because it helps with the channel a lot. And be sure to subscribe for some more Pokemon news. And hopefully not more rants. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.